Jon Jones responded to Daniel Cormier's recent comments with a calm and composed message on Instagram this morning. Instead of addressing the controversy directly, Jones took a different approach, speaking with gratitude and empathy during the Thanksgiving holiday. He began by acknowledging people who might not be spending the day with their loved ones. He expressed that not everyone has family or friends around them during the holidays, and he wanted those individuals to feel seen and appreciated. Jones continued by wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving, emphasizing the importance of compassion and connection. He shared that if anyone watching hasn't heard someone say, "I love you," today, he wants them to hear it from him. He added that he loves and appreciates each and every viewer, showing a message of unity instead of confrontation. During the message, Jones also mentioned his companion Dutch, sharing a light and warm moment on camera. When he asked Dutch to join in expressing love and positivity, Dutch responded in agreement, reinforcing the friendly and uplifting tone Jones had already set. Jones highlighted that positive energy and kindness matter even during moments of public criticism or debate. He ended by encouraging everyone to enjoy their day, stay blessed, and remember that they are loved. Rather than fueling the rivalry or intensifying the tension between him and Daniel Cormier, Jones chose to promote peace and gratitude. His words seemed directed not just at MMA fans, but at anyone struggling or feeling alone. The message showed a different side of Jones, one that focuses on emotional connection rather than competition. His response carried strong undertones of maturity, patience, and inner stability, suggesting that he is more focused on personal growth than on verbal battles. Many fans have already interpreted the video as a subtle statement that he will not be drawn into negativity and that he wants to lead by example. Overall, Jon Jones offered a Thanksgiving message filled with love, encouragement, and respect. At a time when most expected a fiery reply to Daniel Cormier, he instead delivered a thoughtful reminder about gratitude, kindness, and supporting one another. He closed by repeating that he and Dutch love everyone watching and by wishing everyone a blessed and joyful Thanksgiving. Ilia Topuria has revealed deeply emotional and unexpected news that has taken the MMA world by surprise. Following Dana White's recent announcement, it has now been confirmed that Topuria is dealing with serious personal matters that will temporarily take him away from competition. In a public statement shared on social media, Topuria explained that he will not be fighting in the first quarter of next year. He expressed that he is currently going through a very difficult moment in his personal life, and at this time his priority must be his family. According to Topuria, his main focus right now is on his children. He stated that he needs to devote his attention to resolving the situation affecting his home life as soon as possible. While the details remain private, the sincerity of his message shows that the issue is significant enough to pause his professional career. The tone of his announcement was respectful, heartfelt, and thoughtful toward both his supporters and the UFC as an organization. One of the most notable elements of Topuria's message was his concern about fairness to the division. He acknowledged that the lightweight title picture has already been extremely busy and competitive, and he does not want his personal situation to delay the progress of other fighters. Rather than requesting a freeze on the rankings or lobbying to maintain his contender status, Topuria encouraged the UFC to make the matchups needed to keep the sport moving forward. He made it clear that holding up the division would not be right, and he hopes that fans and fellow athletes will understand his decision. Topuria promised that when his personal matters are settled and when he is mentally and emotionally prepared, he will immediately inform the UFC that he is ready to begin his return. He assured supporters that fighting continues to be his passion and that he is not stepping away permanently, but rather taking the time necessary to protect and prioritize his family. His statement has generated an outpouring of sympathy and encouragement from fans, fighters, and analysts worldwide. Many have praised him for choosing responsibility and fatherhood during a challenging time. The news is undeniably somber, especially as many expected him to have a major impact on the upcoming season. Still, his mature decision reflects strength, accountability, and self-respect. When he returns, it is clear that he intends to come back with full focus, clarity, and determination. Dana White stunned the MMA world with a massive announcement during the halftime show of the Cowboys vs. Chiefs game. Earlier in the day, the UFC had revealed that Dana would be going live on Instagram to break major news during the broadcast on CBS and Paramount. To fuel anticipation, the UFC also released a promotional trailer for their new partnership with Paramount, and fans immediately noticed that the teaser showed Ilia Topuria facing off with Paddy Pimblett. Speculation spread instantly across social media. When Dana White finally went live, he confirmed the rumors and delivered far more than fans expected. Dana officially announced that the main event for UFC 324 will be Paddy Pimblett vs Justin Gaethje for the interim lightweight title. The matchup sent shockwaves across the MMA landscape, combining Pimblett's surging popularity with Gaethje's brutal knockout reputation. Dana explained that the interim title was necessary because Ilia Topuria recently shared that he is dealing with serious personal matters and will not be fighting during the first quarter of next year. As a result, the winner of Pimblett vs Gaethje will earn the interim championship and will later face Topuria once he returns to action. The announcements did not stop there. Dana also revealed the UFC 325 main event, set for the following week: Alexander Volkanovski vs Diego Lopez on Paramount+. The back-to-back blockbuster cards are designed to kick off the new year with unprecedented momentum and mark the beginning of UFC's collaboration with Paramount. Dana continued listing the fights scheduled for UFC 324, highlighting several of the most anticipated matchups on the calendar. Kayla Harrison will face Amanda Nunes in a bantamweight title bout, marking Nunes' comeback after defeating Juliana Peña and now stepping into her first title defense against the dominant and physical Harrison. Sean O'Malley will take on Song Yadong in a high-stakes clash. Waldo Cortez Acosta will face Derek Lewis following Acosta's unbelievable short-notice knockout victory just a week ago. Dana emphasized that Acosta is having the best year of his career and that a matchup with Lewis guarantees fireworks. Also on the lineup are Arnold Allen vs Gene Silva, along with Alexa Grasso vs Rose Namajunas in a rematch featuring two of the most respected athletes in women's MMA. Additionally, Umar Nurmagomedov will face Davison Figueiredo in another major bout added shortly before Dana's announcement. The show concluded with Dana reinforcing that 2025 is shaping up to be one of the biggest years in UFC history, and these two cards will set the tone. The MMA world is already buzzing with anticipation. Max Holloway has officially reacted to Ilia Topuria's recent statement regarding the personal issues that are keeping him out of competition for the first quarter of next year. After the UFC confirmed that Topuria would not be defending his title due to a difficult situation in his personal life, Holloway publicly shared a message of empathy and understanding. His response instantly gained attention across the MMA community, not because of rivalry or fight hype, but because of the genuine support he offered to a fellow champion. Holloway wrote that he was sorry to hear what Topuria is going through and added that if the situation is what he believes it to be, then he understands the struggle on a deeply personal level. He explained that fighting while trying to protect and take care of your children is one of the hardest challenges an athlete can face. Holloway acknowledged how difficult it is to balance the pressure of the sport with family matters, expressing that no fighter should ever have to sacrifice their role as a parent for their career. He closed his message by sending Topuria strength, wishing the best for him, and reminding him that some battles in life matter more than anything that happens inside the octagon. Topuria responded with gratitude and kindness. He thanked Holloway for the support and wished the same for Holloway and his family. His reply showed mutual respect rather than competitive energy, proving once again that even at the highest level of combat sports, there are moments when humanity outweighs rivalry. Topuria did not go into detail about his situation, maintaining privacy while acknowledging that he is going through something serious related to his role as a father. He made it clear that his children and their well-being are his top priority and that he does not want to hold up the division while he focuses on resolving the situation. The exchange between Holloway and Topuria has resonated strongly with fans. In a sport often filled with trash talk, call-outs, and controversies, this moment served as a reminder that fighters are human beings first, with families and responsibilities outside of the cage. Even though Holloway and Topuria may eventually cross paths competitively, their messages showed respect, maturity, and empathy. The MMA community has reacted positively, with many fans praising both men for the compassion they demonstrated toward one another during a difficult moment. Tyron Woodley has sparked headlines across the MMA community by stating that even after becoming a two-division UFC champion, Islam Makhachev is still living in the shadow of Khabib Nurmagomedov. According to Woodley, Makhachev's accomplishments, while remarkable, have not surpassed the legacy of his longtime friend and mentor. Woodley explained that since the beginning of Makhachev's UFC career, conversations about Islam were always tied to Khabib. He said that when he hears the name Islam, he automatically thinks of Khabib. In his view, Makhachev continues to be publicly labeled as Khabib's prodigy rather than as a standalone figure in MMA history. Woodley acknowledged that becoming both lightweight and welterweight champion is a milestone even Khabib never reached, but he still believes Islam has not fully stepped into his own spotlight. Woodley pointed out that Makhachev has not defeated the biggest welterweight names to cement his status in that division. He mentioned that Islam did not beat him for the welterweight title and did not defeat Georges St-Pierre, two fighters who have long been considered the gold standard at 170 pounds. He added that despite Makhachev's dominance, he remains relatively unknown internationally compared to Khabib. Woodley also noted that Makhachev's most recent welterweight title victory came against Jack Della Maddalena during his first title defense, and Woodley argued that the stylistic matchup strongly favored Islam, making the result unsurprising. At the same time, Woodley recognized that Makhachev has already defended the lightweight title 4 times, surpassing Khabib's 3 title defenses before retirement. Yet he still believes that Khabib's undefeated record of 29-0 is the strongest factor in legacy debates. Retiring with a perfect record, without ever being visibly declined or dethroned, gives Khabib a mythical level of prestige that Woodley thinks Makhachev has not matched. While discussing Makhachev's legacy, Woodley is simultaneously preparing for a major event himself. After Chris Weidman withdrew from his scheduled boxing match with Anderson Silva, Woodley stepped in to replace him on the December 19 Netflix card in Miami headlined by Jake Paul vs. Anthony Joshua. Anderson Silva expressed respect for Woodley, saying that change always happens for a reason and that he intends to perform with complete respect for the sport and his opponent. Woodley responded by saying that moments like these are where legends are born, underscoring his determination to rise to the occasion.